Oh my gosh, stop recording again. Anyways, okay, part 4B. Anyway, Kris Jenner, is Kris Jenner the problem? Part 4B. How can she love her children and be evil at the same time? Continued. Stop recording. If you watch the last part, you'll know. If not, watch this first. Anyways, I was saying that, so, yeah, the demons will come with, the Bible says the demons will come with another 7 demons. Why is it coming with another 7 demons? To reestablish itself in your life in a way that it cannot be uprooted, to further root the roots in your life, right? And that's why even the Bible says that my people perish for a lack of knowledge. It doesn't say my people perish because they sin all the time. It doesn't say my people perish because they're not perfect. It doesn't say my people perish because they didn't show up to church on Sunday. It doesn't say my people perish because they're a drug addict. It doesn't say that. It says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. They don't know, so they don't know what to do. Because guess what? As soon as you know, and this is why it's important for me to say this stuff, because once you know something, you can deal with it. If you know that the problem is with the roots and these 2 trees intertwining, you know you can uproot those trees and you can separate them. This is why it's so important to understand these things, because we as people, we can be used sometimes. A lot of the times the kingdom of darkness uses people that they don't, and most people, in fact, forget a lot of the time, most people right now, probably, if they are being used, which we probably all are, can be when we open ourselves up to it, right? Anytime we do something that sides with the kingdom of darkness, we're opening ourselves up as a vessel for the kingdom of darkness, right? We can be used as a vessel without knowing it, because we're not, it's going to feel like it's a part of us. It's not going to feel like, I think people, and this is what, you know what, right? Let's go here. Maybe it was good that the thing, you know, the video cut. So now I'm going to go into another point, right, which is following on from this. I always wonder, like, why all of these horror films really depict, the way that they depict demons and the way that they depict possessed people is kind of inaccurate, right? And I used to wonder why, and then it hit me, like the last time I watched a horror film. It hit me because I was like, the whole point of it is, and this is what the entertainment industry is all about, guys. It's about controlling the way that we think, so that we think that demonic manifestations and how demons work and stuff looks like what you saw in The Conjuring. You know what I mean? And all of these types of things. But that's not what the demons actually look like. That's not what demonic manifestation looks like. A lot of the time, demonic manifestation is happening in a person in the way that they're acting. For example, you could see a spirit of rage in somebody, could be the way that somebody is. And I've seen, when you see people like who black out, like beating somebody up, for example, that's an example of like the spirit of rage in somebody, you know, coming out. Those are more demonic manifestations of people. Sometimes it's somebody just getting really upset, like, or freaking out, or whatever it is. There's all these different types of demonic manifestations that can happen. You know, there's spirits of infirmity, spirits that come with illnesses in people's bodies, right? And that's how I think a lot of people's illnesses are passed down through the family. You know what I mean? That's why I say that a lot of things, they have a scientific proof, because the science is proving what I'm saying here, if you see what I'm saying. Because science proves that a lot of things can be passed through genetically, right? But there's a spiritual element to it, because sometimes there are many generational curse breakers out there who will, you know, they will deal with this stuff. They'll pray, get healed. They can pray and get healed. And then that doesn't continue in the bloodline anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? So science didn't have the solution. Science had maybe the way to deal with it, right? But they didn't have the actual cure to finish this and to end this in the bloodline. You know, it's just something that the next person just has to pick up and then just deal with. And so what I would say to you guys is, you know, this is what I think about when I think about these horror films. Like, why do they show it like this? It's so that we become so detached and ignorant of how the spiritual world actually works, what demonic, you know, activity actually looks like, so that when it's happening, we don't know it's happening. When we're experiencing, we don't know we're experiencing it, you know. And if you want to know the levels of like how this works, you know, there's a fantastic teaching by this man called Alexander Pagani on YouTube. You can find it, and he talks about the stages of defilement, right? And it's like, and this is why I think, oh my gosh, it's all hitting me. I'm having all these revelations right now. But anyway, this is what he explains it as, and I want you guys to follow me. I know this sounds like a lot of like crazy stuff, but just follow me with where I'm going, because I feel like this is the stages. He explained it as the stages of defilement, and I believe this is the stages of how we allow, you know, demonic activity into our lives, into our bodies, right? And he says you start off in a place of like, you know, perfection, which of course none of us are perfect, you know, but you guys get the gist, right? You start off fine, then you become defiled. So maybe your defilement might be an action that you make. Could be I'm trying to think of something that'd be really easily, yeah, okay, perfect. Let's use anger, because anger is one that people won't feel too, you know, Anyway, so let's say, well, let's use anger. So you get angry once and you just get really angry and it's something that you overdid it. But then you don't decide to like apologize. You don't decide to like check yourself. You don't decide to like really, deal with that situation as much as you need to. So then from defilement now, so now you just got anger and now you've got a bit more of a temper than usual. Now you move to the stage of your contamination. Now you are just a more angry person in general, right? Than you were. And so now you are acting more angrily. Then the next stage from contamination is being contagious. So now you pass this anger on. Now you go around and other people getting angry with you, right? So think about how this actually works in the world, because it does work like this. Then you get to the point where you are corrupt altogether. And corruption is when you say, I'm an angry person. Right? Because ultimately what the demons want you to do is they want you to call yourself, they want you to receive what they are as part of who you are. And that's what happens in the world today. So then what ends up happening is you say, I'm just an angry person. And now that demon is there. That demon can be there for as long as they need to be there, because you are holding on to that thing. You are claiming with your mouth, with the power, the Bible says that the power of life and death is in the tongue. You're declaring with your mouth that demon is a part of you now. Right? You're claiming it. So now they feel like they have a right to be here. And that's how you go through the stages. And that's why it's important for us to do the work. That's why that's why it's so easy to not want to address things that go on in our lives. That's why there's so many traumas and things that happen, because the longer things stay, the further into us that they become. And the more we become those things, that's why I don't believe that people are just born evil. I don't believe anybody's like born evil as far as what the world sees. We are all born in sin. The Bible says we're all born in sin. So we're all born imperfect. But I don't think people are just born murderers. I don't think people are just born, whatevers. I think it's all these stages that you go through, these 4 stages of defilement, as it's called, where you go from starting out. It's just could be something small, could be something like even, things that people go through in childhood. I think it's the same thing. That's why I think schools are like contamination camps. All these kids with all this stuff that they're going through, that they're holding on to from their parents, that they're taking from home. They're coming and they're contaminating everybody in school, and then we're passing it all along. And then we start to become corrupt. By the time you're an adult, you're corrupt already. So by the time you go into the world, no wonder that we're finding it so hard to have healthy relationships. No wonder we're finding it so hard for us to be able to be understanding towards one another. No wonder we're all so freaking triggered by every little thing that takes place, okay? And that's why I say that this is something that's important to talk about, because a lot of these things will just hide in plain sight. Like I said, I was saying about Kris before, a lot of these things will just hide in plain sight. Like it will be there, but you won't know it's happening. And you yourself just think it's something that's a part of you. And that's how it becomes a part of you, because you just own it. Right? I'm just this way. This is just what I do. I'm just business minded. I'm just this. And then some of these things can be positive, but obviously the kingdom of darkness wants to use them negatively. And that's basically what my point was with all of this. Anyways, I find it very interesting that these horror films have this tendency to make it seem like this is what demonic activity looks like. And I think sometimes it can, but I don't think that's what it mostly looks like. I think what it mostly looks like is a lot more of our average everyday interactions that we are completely unaware of. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I think this is my last video for today. Finally, your girl keeps talking. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear your thoughts. If life's a game, then let's play to win, right? Let's play to win, and let's play on the winning team, y'all. God bless every single one of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.